For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name's Paul Dingeman. Glad to have you along. It's a cold winter. Spring is coming. I'm guaranteed that it'll come soon, another month or so. Joining me today is Jim Jones, St. Clair County Community College instructor in criminal justice. Welcome to the set.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
You've been here before.
I have.
We saw you out in Marine City. You were also an officer on duty in Marine City from time to time, and you received a nice honor down there a couple of weeks ago, and we renewed our friendship. And I saw some pictures in the newspaper or someplace, in the Voice or someplace, where you were talking about the class, and I thought it was important that you come in and tell the audience what's going on with criminal justice at SC4.
Well, thank you for having me, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am the program lead for the criminal justice program. I've been doing that now for about 8 years. I retired from the Port Huron Police Department way back in 2010, and
You're a detective lieutenant.
I was that at one time. I retired as a captain there.
Oh my God!
And they were looking for someone to take over the criminal justice program, and I just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And I walked 4 blocks to the west and started a new career. So.
Well, it's a field that keeps growing,
It is.
and it's always amazing to me the excitement and enthusiasm that the young people have for the criminal justice career.
I think it's an exciting profession, and it's certainly one in high demand right now. In fact, police agencies and correctional institutions around the state, around the nation, can't fill empty vacancies. And starting at the community college and the criminal justice program is an excellent way to start into that career. That's how I got my start, was a student at the community college.
Really? At St. Clair Community College?
Yes, graduated,
Wonderful.
graduate of 1980 in the criminal justice program, and went on and eventually got a 4-year degree, and then I went to grad school and got a graduate degree, and that's how I ended up at the college, but it suited me well for the profession.
The criminal justice arena had lots of tragedy over the last numbers of years, but it's had a lot of joy too. There's lots of great jobs and great careers.
Yeah, you know, I think one of the things that makes a criminal justice career interesting is that every day is going to be different. Mm-hmm. And certainly one going into this profession can expect to see tragedy, but they're also going to see a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. And as I said, it's ever-changing. Every day is a new day. And I, again, think our program is well suited to prepare students for a career in that area.
Your program doesn't start until August, you said, this year, but registration is around the corner. Yeah. What does this program entail at SC4?
Well, it's a new program, actually, although it's a make of an old program. We used to have what was called the corrections program and the law enforcement program, 2 programs. Law enforcement directed for those who wanted a career in police work, or law enforcement, the corrections for those who wanted a career in the corrections side of it, perhaps working at a prison or going into probation and parole. We've combined both programs together now into what is called a criminal justice generalist degree. And that degree is one degree that is all-encompassing, but students who choose to go into this program can curtail their studies into an area of interest. For instance, we have what are called skill sets.
Okay.
One who would be seeking a degree as a criminal justice generalist could go into an area of law enforcement and take courses that would be applicable to a law enforcement career. Those who wanted to go into corrections would go into corrections. We also have opened it up and started courses on homeland security.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's an ever-growing field, obviously, and federal law enforcement, the Border Patrol, Customs and Border Protection in this area. These are 2 of the largest law enforcement agencies we have, and our courses would be catered towards those types of careers. We also have a skill set for criminal justice generalists, and those are courses that are directed to those who would like to go into victim services or human services, such as we've got a great organization, Blue Water Safe Horizon.
Yes.
Someone who would want to go into a field to assist those who are victims, survivors. We have courses that are directed towards that career field also.
Out of criminal justice. That's wonderful.
All out of the criminal justice
You would think
program.
that would come out of social worker. That's some side like that. But
we've sat back and looked at where the needs were, and we've
Yeah.
tried to cater our program to address all of those needs.
how many students do you normally have in a class in a session?
In a class, our numbers vary depending on the times. At times of good employment, we seem to have less students.
Yep,
At times
yep.
of tough employment, we have more students. I have courses right now that have as many as 30 students. I have courses right now that have room 15 to 18 students in. We generally have somewhere between 100, 120 students for the 2-year programs that we have, and usually around 60 new students every year coming in.
If I decide to join the Detroit Police Department or the State Police Department, don't they both have academies? And how does this course fit in with that?
Those are two unique departments, and our course fits in perfectly for both of those departments. In fact, we have a great relationship with both the Michigan State Police and the Detroit Police Department. Last year, we took a group of students down to the Detroit Police Department. They had an interest in the Detroit Police Department. They found it to be an extraordinarily professional department, and I think we had a couple of students that latched on to that department, and the Detroit Police Department put them through their police academy, and they've become Detroit police officers. I think over the course of the last few years, one of the biggest employers we have from our program is the Michigan State Police.
Wonderful.
And one of the great joys I have...
It's like joining the Marines, right?
It is, yes. The first couple months is a little bit on the rough side, but once they get through the academy, the career is extraordinarily rewarding. Just last week, I was on a call working down in Marine City as a police officer, and a state trooper came to the call. It was a former student of mine at the community college, and he came up and said hi, and what a great reward to see
Yeah.
that students who have found success in a law enforcement field
Yeah.
after taking our program.
Well, you've loved it for many, many years, and you're still continuing to love it. You are on the Marine City Force, and one of the accolades you got a week ago at the Marine City Chamber was the fact that you're walking a beat, and that's amazing.
I've always enjoyed that part of police work, and Marine City is a wonderful town, and it provides that opportunity. I don't think there is any better way to get to know the community than getting out of your car and walking and shaking hands, and that's how police officers got the title Flatfoot, was all the walking
That's
they used
right.
to do, and I enjoy that part.
Well,
of
I
it.
saw you last year. I was, of course, going into the Sweet Tooth for ice cream, and you were walking down the street, meeting people and talking to people, and that's something that you just don't see in today's society. It's imagine the public loves it, and so does the merchants.
We stress community policing in our program, and as I tell the students who are coming in, if you're going to be a police officer, this is the future. It's a direction that policing is going. We get out, we get to know those who are in the community gets to know us, and
Yep.
I think one of the things I enjoy, particularly from walking down the street, is those who live in the community know my name. They call
Yeah.
me Jim. They don't
Yeah.
call me officer, they know me
Yeah.
as Jim, and I appreciate that greatly.
Right. You brought along some pictures. Let's run through those.
Okay,
If
great.
Peter or Bruce will show them. What's this one here?
This is a course that we teach. It's criminal investigation, and I'm showing a student how to process evidence. It's an evidence processing
Okay,
program we
next.
have there. And this is a fingerprinting exercise we do. It's the same course, different subject. We've got students learning how to take fingerprints, develop fingerprints, and then lift fingerprints for evidence.
Okay.
This is an example of a great community partnership we have. This is now Lieutenant Brian Kerrigan of the Port Huron Police Department. He came over to assist us with showing some basic police procedures. It's one of our courses that we have where we have students come out. Brian at that point was showing them the equipment that he carries on a daily basis. We would go through some arrest techniques right out in the parking lot there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great partnership we have, and
Yeah.
we have some great mentors that have come over in the different agencies that we have in our community to assist us, and Brian is a great one. Again, this is the same course and different class, I believe, but Brian was back over again and going through some basic procedures of how to handcuff and how to stop someone that perhaps has a felony warrant. This is Jerry Buckhausen from the State Police. Again, that partnership, as we mentioned, is strong with many agencies. Jerry has come over in this class. He came over to show students how to take on traffic stops and how to participate in traffic stops. Jerry is also a recruiter for the state police. He's become somewhat of a mentor towards some of our students.
Yeah,
and, he's a great asset to have in this community.
Okay. Oh, and there's Skipper.
There's Skipper. You know, one of the...
is that the new arena?
It is. One of the wonderful assets that we have at the college now is the new field house. The college is expanding, and the environment around the college is becoming very collegiate, I guess, if we will. The field house, we have student housing now. If students are coming from a great distance, they could stay right in the area of the college at some student housing that has been developed, and it's a very, very fine facility. We have restaurants in the Port Huron area that are part of that and assisting students in meals and providing meals at a somewhat of a discount. It's a really wonderful relationship we have.
I see interns even here in the city of St. Clair during the summer. Do some of those students tie into your program, or do you provide them to the city? Or
they do. We have what is called a field observation course, and students who are in the criminal justice program are required to go out and do 60 hours of field observations in the field that they choose. We have a great relationship with all of the police agencies. I know that I've had a few students riding with me down in Marine City when I'm working in Marine City, but most of the departments participate in this. Another great asset that has certainly come with that is bringing on department members to participate as adjuncts. Chief Joe Platzer from the Port Huron Police Department, he oversees our field observation courses, and of course his relationship is pretty deep in this community, and students certainly enjoy that course very much.
Right. So everybody that's interested should look for registration in the spring.
Yes.
First class will begin in August, and then it runs through Christmas?
Yes, they're 16-week semesters with obviously the holidays off. 2 semesters during the academic year, and we also have shorter spring semesters that run 6 weeks at a time.
Well, I salute you, sir. You're doing wonderful work, and you're doing something you love too, which is great.
Oh, thank you.
Jim Jones at St. Clair County Community College, Criminal Justice. If you have any questions, please feel free to give Jim a call or contact him as he walks down the street in Marine City as a temporary police officer down there. We'll be up with our next guest in just a second. Welcome back. We're back with St. Mary's Catholic School. Welcome back to the Focus Set.
Thank you.
Lee Ann Brennan, the principal.
Yes.
Things are happening across the street.
They are. Good things are happening across the street.
Tell me about it.
Well, we are now a Catholic Montesorri.
Isn't that pretty unique?
It is. We are the only Catholic Montesorri in the Archdiocese of Detroit.
That's unique.
That is unique. We are it, yeah. Quite a little gem of a school that we have. We're very proud of it. And so I'm hoping to share.
What grade levels do you teach?
We have preschool through 5th grade currently.
Okay.
And we have wonderful teachers. Miss Robin and Miss Megan and Miss Emily are our pre-K teachers. And then we have Ms. Mearshart and Miss Pastorik, who are our lower elementary and upper elementary teachers.
So you're busy.
We are busy, yeah.
You brought along a bunch of pictures that secretary of yours is known for getting enthusiastic.
She is. She's very thorough.
Very thorough.
Yeah.
So if Peter will throw up some of those, we'll go through some of them as we talk here. But okay, that's the first shot is in church.
Yeah.
And go ahead and tell me about that.
That's our students at Eucharistic Adoration. So we attend Mass every Friday, and
look at that. That's
special holy days, and every Friday after Mass we spend some time at Eucharistic Adoration.
Okay, keep going there, Peter. There's Father and
that's Father Michael and Bishop Fisher. He came to celebrate Mass with us at the beginning of the school year, and he came and took a tour of the school. That was actually one of our preschool classrooms, and here we are with our 1st and 2nd graders, and there's Deacon John Fitzmaurice.
They look so precious, those little faces.
Yeah, and here's one of our 1st grade students using the Montessori materials.
And the pictures are over here too, Leah.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry.
Jennifer?
Okay.
Okay, keep going then, so you can see.
Oh yeah, this is one of our preschool classrooms. As you can see, one of the benefits of our program is that it's a child-centered program. It's a child-led program. The teachers every day prepare the environments, and the materials are prepared every day. We start every day with prayer. That was during the holiday. We were praying before the manger at Mary. But
look so beautiful in their uniforms.
They do. Those are special spirit wear days. So we have special days where they can wear their spirit wear shirts, and so that was a special day. Our theme is Choose Joy. So on the front of their shirt, we have our logo that's Choose Joy, and on the back we have our mission statement. And there's Father.
Father's quite involved, isn't he?
He is, yeah. The kids
That's
love
great.
Father. He's over quite a bit. He brings his dog Toby with him, which is also a special treat. The kids really enjoy having Father come over. This
That
was
looks
actually
like
during
the,
our carnival.
during the carnival, yeah.
So it's a child-led, teacher-facilitated, but the kids have freedom of movement in the classroom. So if they want to do their math work sitting on the floor, they're able to do that.
Okay.
We
All right.
still follow the standards and benchmarks of the state of Michigan and the Archdiocese of Detroit, but our method and our educational philosophy is different.
And that, quote unquote, is the Montessori?
It is the Montessori,
effort?
yes.
Okay.
It was started by Dr. Maria Montesorri. She was an Italian doctor and philosopher and anthropologist, and she really was looking at the whole child, and in her observations, she noticed that how the child learns wasn't really being addressed, that each child, whatever modality they have, whether they're a visual learner or a kinesthetic learner, auditory learner, her methods address that, so that the child has the opportunity to work at their own pace, and you kind of meet the child where they're at, which is also beneficial because she was a devout Catholic. Mm-hmm. Her program was actually working in unison with the Catholic Church at that time to develop this philosophy, because she saw the underprivileged children, children who maybe weren't able to afford to go to school, or maybe their needs weren't being met because of certain learning disabilities, and so this methodology and philosophy addresses those things. And so we focus on the whole child, mind, body, and spirit, and that's something that is beneficial as a Catholic school because we're able to really introduce our Catholic identity, and so that's something that we weave in everything we do.
That's great there.
Yep, that's their moths, all the little cocoons and things like that they're waiting to like. Oh, and we have our special turtle. That's Elsa. She's in Miss Robbins' class, and the kids get a kick out of. She's got birds and turtles and fish and all kinds of things in her classroom. And we did last year at our auction. We were able to, with our fund to need, we're able to purchase Chromebooks. So our lower and upper elementary classrooms have access to that. Nope, everything's moving towards that functionality. This is our first and second grade class.
So you said from pre-K through 5th grade.
Yes.
And of course you're looking for students.
We are. Mm-hmm.
And now is probably not the time to transfer, but you probably could.
You could, yes. We're focusing, like, if you're looking for, my children go to St. Mary's. Mm-hmm. My daughters are in 3rd and 4th grade, so they're in the upper elementary classroom. And we had tried public school, and the traditional classroom didn't fit in for my one daughter. Mm-hmm. And she's flourishing right now.
Good.
So one thing to notice is that Montessori, a lot of people think Montessori is just preschool, and it's not just preschool. It's a whole program. And there are some schools within the state that we visited that are from infant to 12th grade. So it's a whole philosophy and method of education that applies to all children of all ages.
Wow, beautiful. So, if I need information, I can go to a website. What would that be? stmarysclair.org. If you click on that, you'll see a link for school, and that'll take you to our website. You're also welcome to call the office and talk to either myself or Chris, my secretary. 329-4150.
Yes, 4150.
that has been around for a long, long time.
It
That
has.
telephone number.
Yes.
And you are going strong, and everything is happy.
Yeah, we're actually, we are seeing an increase in our enrollment. We're up 9%, which is good. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
I think about the story of the mustard seed, and something really tiny flourishes and grows into something big and strong. So that's what we're hoping.
Good. You said there will be an open house or something coming up the end of March. You're going to have some announcements.
We're having we're calling it a cultural fair, and so it's an opportunity for children to present some things that they're learning in the classroom. So it's not just for parents of current students, but it's for parish and community to come in and check out and see what we're all about.
Okay.
We did have an open house just this last weekend for Catholic Schools Week, but with the weather, it's
weather
kind
gave
of
you
crazy.
a real battle.
So, so we're hoping to do that again, and we've got a lot of good things. We've got our auction coming up on May 5th. If they're interested in, I think it's Fiesta is the theme this year, and we also have
Festival has always been a lot of fun.
Yeah, the festival in September is always a fun time. We've got fish fry coming up during Lent. We have our car raffle, which was first time doing it last year, and it was a success. So we're doing it again this year. So anyone who has information but wants information about that, they can contact us.
329-4150.
Yes.
Leanne Brennan, nice to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for
Say hello to your husband and all your wonderful kids.
Thank you.
Coming up next is another fine person, and she is Jennifer McDonald. She's with the Blue Water Pregnancy Center, and she'll be right around in just a second. There's a great agency in Port Huron, which is called the Blue Water Pregnancy Center. The executive director is this fine lady, Jennifer McDonald. Welcome back to Focus Set. Nice to see you. It's been a few months since you've stopped by, and we thought we better get you in here to promote March 14th. What's happening that day?
That is our annual gala.
Okay.
So it's our
Gala.
major fundraiser, and it's always a special night to enjoy and get to know the Pregnancy Center a little bit more and have an opportunity to invest in the ministry that we do.
And is it at the same location?
Same location, Solitude Links, up in Kimball Township.
Food is great.
They have good food. I like it.
And a couple of years that I went, there was a lady on the stage who had a couple tears coming out of her.
That wasn't me.
Oh, oh, that was somebody else.
Oh, I have a great passion for what we do and helping women. And
yeah, you do. And you presented it well, and it was believable and true. And I'll tease you forever about it.
I love it.
But what has happened this last year? Where are we at?
So we are actually celebrating 32 years of serving the community. So all of St. Clair County, Sanilac County, and a little bit in the Macomb and Lapeer counties as well, and Ontario, Sarnia.
Really?
We have clients coming over, just a few, a handful, and so we don't turn anyone away. And our major services are the pregnancy tests and then the ultrasounds. And the ultrasounds are pretty cool because then the moms and the dads, they come in and they get to see their baby. But the medical reason is to actually confirm they have a viable pregnancy. Just because a lot of things happen, ectopic pregnancies, miscarriages, other things that prevent a pregnancy from progressing, women have to make decisions about all their options based on whether or not their pregnancy is viable. So we do that, we go over their options, and then if they decide to carry the baby, which is what our goal is that we would be life affirming, and we have the prenatal classes that are taught by nurses, parenting classes, and so we serve those moms and dads until the baby's 24 months old.
Okay.
And I know that that's pretty cool. We hook them up with community resources that are available to them, like Great Start, WIC, maternal infant health program through the health department.
But you're there for that beginning section, which is so critical, and people don't realize how critical it is.
Right. The first 2 years last forever, as they say.
Yeah, I hadn't thought, that's right.
It has a huge impact on the brain development and the entire future of the child. And 90% of our growth is in the womb.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. How many people did you serve last year? Round figures.
780, give or take.
Wow.
Over 100 men came in, talked to our male volunteers, man to man, and then the rest were women, and then impacting about 400 babies.
And it's probably, I know it's a wonderful and warm environment where they can feel comfortable and they are not stressed about, what did you do?
No, we work to make sure that we are very loving, caring, non-judgmental. It's a decision they have to make, so we help them process through that. Really like going to another counselor's office, or well, the medical doctors, they have such little time to spend with people in general that really it's more like a counseling center. But we do the medical services, the pregnancy test, the ultrasounds.
And there's no charge to them?
All free for them.
Wonderful.
For the client.
Wonderful. You don't get any money from the federal government.
Nope.
You don't get any money from anybody except volunteers and people who write checks.
We recently got a community foundation grant for $700
Wonderful.
For prenatal vitamins. So
good.
we're very excited about that because that's not something we would be able to offer without that funding from them.
Right.
So, but it is a very small portion of our budget, which is over $200,000.
Okay. The banquet, the 14th of March, Solitudes. What day of the week is that?
It's a Thursday.
Thursday.
We work to have it the second Thursday of March every year.
Okay.
Just like our walk is.
Can I go on the web? How do I get information?
However you'd like. Call us, email us, go on our website, Facebook.
Okay.
We can do that.
But it's Blue Water Pregnancy Center, and then you can go from there on Google or Facebook or whatever, and then all the information. How much are the tickets for the banquet?
There's no cost,
No cost.
to attend, but the cost for us is $30 a person.
Okay.
And so we hope that people will be inspired by the stories that we share of the clients and the clients that they get to see, and then make an investment over and above that amount. So sometimes people want to give monthly, so they give maybe $10 a month or $50 a month or something that works for their budget, and that is great. And so that is a major fundraiser for us.
So, but you had about 400 people at the...
closer to 500.
500. Isn't that wonderful? Wow.
So if you want to get in, make sure you RSVP by Valentine's Day, because otherwise it'll get to be where we can always get you in, but I can't guarantee you get to sit where you want to sit.
Right.
You'll get better seats if you RSVP early.
Okay.
And there's some pretty cool things we've been doing too. So we implemented 24-hour access through a hotline in partnership with a National Pregnancy Center organization. So they call our main number and they will get a live person to talk to all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, holidays, weekends.
Wonderful.
Everything.
That's a great advantage.
And they can also schedule their own ultrasounds online at realchoiceforme.com too. So the clients can do their own scheduling if they like, or they can call the office during office hours, or that hotline also has access to schedule their appointment with us.
That's great stuff. That's new. That's all new.
That's new. So we're very excited because it makes it more easily accessible for our clients. And
well, they're all on the phones. They're all texting, so they're used to that kind of environment and world.
Right. So we're really making sure that we keep up with cultural trends in serving our clients.
Good. Okay. Have we missed anything?
Our website for the banquet is bluewaterbabies.org.
Okay.
So bluewaterbabies.org is the way to find out more about the banquet.
Okay. Jennifer, always a pleasure.
Great to see you.
Love your smile. All right, that's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, stay warm and see you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.